Good afternoon, students. I want to welcome you all to this our learning and teaching series. Let's discuss on economics, and our topic is business organization. That is a continuation of where we stopped from the class. This is your specific objective or your behavioral objective. At the end of the lesson, you students should be able to explain private limited liability company, explain the advantages, and also outline the disadvantages. What is private limited liability company? If we said a private limited liability company is defined as one which by its activity restricts the right to transfer its shares, which is limited the number of its shares holder from 2 to 50, and prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for its shares, and the name of the private limited liability company must end with the abbreviation of limited. Bluebirds Nigeria Limited, Asuma Nigeria Limited, all those things are limited. So this is a company that comes together to form a restrict right or to transfer its shares. Are you getting it now? So this company that we are talking about, it must end with what? Limited. You see A and B limited company, you see D and C limited company, as the case may be. What are the features? What are those features that these private limited liability companies, preach? It owns by 2 to 50 people. The number of people that can form a private company should be between 2 and 50. It's only limited. One person cannot form a private limited liability company. It must be from 2 to 50 persons. Restriction of shares. There is restriction on the transfer of its shares. The shares of a private company are not easily transferable. They are not transferable, and at the same time there is limited to liability. And also there is peculiar existence. There is also legal entity. What are the advantages of these private limited liability companies? What is their advantages? Number one, the advantage of this private limited liability company is that private limited liability company are easily raise capital as a result of many. There are many people under private limited liability companies, just like a corporation where 2 to 50 people comes together to form a business. So there are so many of them under this limited liability company. Since there are so many of them, they risk and easily capital raising and fundraising. 2, shareholders have limited liabilities. You can't just share anything that you wish to share. There is a share that is assigned to each and every participant. It has a legal entity. There is a legal entity for it. You can't just start and you end. There is continuity of existence, and there is possibility of what? Expansion. Then we'll now discuss about this. What are the disadvantages of this limited liability company? 1, limited capital. It says that the capital available in a private company is not as large as that of a public company, because they cannot appeal to the public for extra capital through the issuing of shares. Public is mostly controlled by the government, so there is no how you compare the financial funding of a public company than the one of private liability company. 2, shares are not easily transferred. It's very difficult for somebody to be transparent, or it's very difficult for someone's share to be transferred maybe to your children or to any of your siblings. Shares are not easily transferred. Then number 3, they delay in decision making, because they are more than one. You can't sit on your own and make decision or take decision on how to run out the company. Then you must follow the normal protocol. Then 3, lack of privacy. Financial statements are usually submitted to the register of a company annually. So it also prohibits invitation to shares. It does not allow invitation for other share members. So therefore, we have discussed much more about the limited liability company. So when next we come, we'll continue from where we stop. Stay safe and God bless you.